After enabling the robot repair sequence by pushing a button on the side of the head, each part begins to spin, prompting the player to grab one of the two yellow icons in order to examine the setup as closely as they can, or to goof off and see how fast they can spin it. The red flashing you are currently seeing is a problem only seen when relaying the footage to a monitor and is not experienced at all by the wearer of the headset. During this time, the announcer tells the player they have 60 seconds to repair Atlas, something which later proves an impossible task. As always, the player is able to move around the room at will and examine fine details at extremely close range, including numbers on a couple of dials and text on cabinets and the holograms accompanying Atlas. Once the 60 seconds are up and the announcer has stopped making quips about the player's increased heart rate due to the stress of the situation, the system automatically shuts down, dropping Atlas's sphere to the ground in a rather spectacular display. Aperture's staple panels are then revealed as the floor opens up below the fragmented machinery, dropping them into the abyss below. As the floor is replaced and the far wall is removed and taken away, Atlas's repair chassis is disconnected, with his headless body regaining control and panicking before stumbling between the testing track rails below. Several seconds later, GLaDOS swings down from an opening and confronts the player, asking how a robot can mess up such a simple repair task before realizing they are, in fact, human. With GLaDOS being GLaDOS, she reacts as well as you might expect, insulting the player once more before the entire robot facility is dismantled from around them, the containers and panels forming the walls and ceilings being lifted away by cranes. With hundreds of feet below, the player is left to helplessly look around and explore what remains of the room, while the robot arms return to construct a test chamber where the old walls once stood. Like the robot repair sequence, this segment is rather long and deliberately drawn out, giving you plenty of time to spin around and stare at the vast expanse of aperture beyond. This particular room appears as something of a best of aperture montage, merging many of Portal 2's most memorable environmental styles together, with offices, test chambers, relaxation vaults, and even enrichment spheres all crammed together to create a really effective sense of space. Once the test chamber is complete, a lone weighted storage cube will gently fly towards a button before a trio of crushers destroy the room ahead in explosive detail as they approach the player, with the screen suddenly turning black to signify the end of the 5 or so minute demo. As you probably got a small taste of here, the Aperture VR demo is absolutely phenomenal, brilliantly previewing what the HTC VIVE brings to the table and how the different tech Valve are looking to use elevates the experience virtual reality can provide beyond merely sitting with a box strapped to your face. Even though it's likely to be a good while before most people get their hands on the Aperture demo, trust us when we say it'll be worth the wait. We should reiterate that this kind of video and the footage we're using doesn't even come close to selling the level of quality on display, which is something we'll be going into a little more closely in another video set to release sometime within the next week. We'll also be releasing a companion video alongside this one, which will feature the Aperture VR demo footage without any kind of commentary. Feel free to head on over to that video or to share it with your friends if you don't think they'd be all that interested in listening to our play-by-play. For now, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch TV, to check out our other content, and to join the conversation over on the ValveTime.net community forums. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.